We're talking this week about overcoming imposter syndrome. And this is something that I do workshops on, or when I work with my clients. Imposter syndrome is a conversation that we have often. I'm going to ask these questions and I want you to take the time to put this conversation in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. But B, also be reflecting on this as you're considering what type of leader you want to be and how you want that to look, how you want it to feel as you're developing your dream practice. Now, this is work that I help you with. And these are the types of questions to think about as you're doing this work for yourself. So, what are characteristics that you do look for in a leader? Let's drop those in the comments. People will say that they're proactive, that they communicate well, that they are inclusive of everybody on their team, that they are vulnerable, that they're willing to learn, that they're willing to grow, that they admit when they're wrong. The next question is, what are characteristics that people are not looking for in a leader? And there's actually two ends of the spectrum on this one. One, we don't want a leader that's a know-it-all, that can't learn anything, that doesn't give a shit. But we also don't want a leader that is so wishy-washy that they don't have a place that they're going, that you don't have the information you need to do a good job, because you want to do a good job at your job, right? We want somebody that's fair. We want somebody that's willing to put the time into training, into having these conversations so that you do know what it is that they're looking for. So, as you're thinking about being the leader that you want to be, what could that mix of characteristics look like in you? If you had never been a leader before, if you had never seen a leader before, if you had never seen anybody in this role before, what could that role look like if you were the perfect person for that position? Now, I get it. Some of that's not realistic. Maybe in this position, maybe that's something to keep in a back pocket for later. Maybe this kind of tells you it might be time to make some choices and potentially move on. But today, what I want you to do is, what's the smallest thing that you can do? What's the smallest piece of that that you can bring into being today? This is something I talk about often, is breaking it down and making it smaller. Those of us that care, that want to do a good job, we want to make these transformations big and fast. And that's not always the way this works. I don't want you to perpetuate that burnout cycle with that. So it's the smallest thing that you can do today, conversation, phone call, email, that you can do today to begin